Okay, I've got Art outside and we are going to go join him out there and go through some compost, and then we're going to show you how we aerate it and mix everything together. We've just been so busy lately, so normally I try to bury everything underneath the soil, but that hasn't happened lately because we've just been running in too many different directions. Also, if you guys remember that we've mentioned that this year we just kind of let the garden do whatever it wanted, and it decided to grow tomatoes out of this other compost bin. So we just kind of let it go, and Art's been kind of training it back up against the fence. But look at that, we got lots of yellow tomatoes to pick tonight. So we're gonna aerate that bin over there as well. Okay, so Art is adding some moisture down there for us. We're gonna get it pretty wet, and then we'll mix that top layer up really good. Let me get in closer to show to you.
It's very dry at the bottom, isn't it?
Yes, very. Oh yeah, you can see how dry that is. Here, you want me to spray while you mix?
Yeah, so leave it on kind of.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to get you wet.
Oh, not a problem. Constantly getting dirty or wet at work, so.
Oh, this was so long overdue.
Get something right there.
Ooh, I just got a big whiff of that tomato plant. It smells so good.
You can smell it?
Uh-huh. And a gnat just flew up my nose.
Oh, great.
You really have to keep your...
The mouse.
What? No, whoa, yucky. Oh, gross.
He's going to jump out at you.
No. Oh my gosh. See, that's why I wait for Art. And that's why that's the bin I hate. I hate that bin because it has these
You would have loved that.
In it that the mice
He's
can
gone.
get in. Ugh. What do you mean he's gone?
He's gone.
Like he's out?
I ate it. No.
He ran out?
He ran out.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, don't leave a dead mouse in there. Gross.
No, goodness gracious. So this one pretty good? You want more water?
I think you need to keep sorting it just to make sure there's no more rodents in there.
Yeah. They'll be at the bottom.
I don't want to be here if that's the case.
Surprised you didn't see it.
What, as I was recording?
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Well, as it jumped out at me and hopped around.
Nope. Nope, I did not. Okay. More water, you said?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so.
You may take some of this out?
Yes, we do need it here in just a second.
Okay.
Okay, so as I was saying, you've got to keep your compost very moist, not very moist, I shouldn't say very, but it should be like cake batter or like a wrung out sponge, not dripping wet. I know it looks like I'm adding a lot of water, but that's just because it is so dry at the bottom. So we want to get it mixed really good. Okay, go ahead and mix that back up some more. Also, to absorb some of that moisture, let's go ahead and dump the vermicompost bin in there. And then I can clean all of that up too. So guys, we're getting ready to restart our worm bin. We haven't done it since 2021. So we're going to get it all cleaned up and everything. That was just some leftover junk that was in there.
A little water on top.
Yeah. So let me show kind of how dry it is at the moment. And anytime I'm adding like fresh food scraps, I just try to make sure that I get them buried underneath the soil. That really helps with odors and everything. And then make sure you keep it nice and moist. You really only have to turn it once or twice a week. The more you turn it, well, not the more, you don't want to turn it too much, but once or twice a week is perfect. And then Art, if you will grab a handful and squeeze it to show that there's no dripping coming out of it. Yeah, that's exactly perfect. Like there's a little bit of dripping, but not kind of like you want it should be able to hold its shape. Is it holding its shape when you like roll it into a ball?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I have a glare on my screen, so it's hard to tell. Yep. So it should be able to hold its shape and not like get crumbly and falling apart, but it shouldn't be like soaking wet. It should be like just enough moisture comes out, just like you're wringing out a sponge. So, yep, perfect. Okay. So Art was just pointing out to me that of course it's real dry down here because it was real dry up there too. So we're gonna go ahead and pull some out to let it cure. Bring the camera down a little further.
I don't want sticks.
Yeah, all those sticks we can throw back in afterward. What is that thing? Oh, just dead plant material?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was like, please tell me it's not a dead animal.
How much are you wanting? A bucket full or?
Well, yeah, because I mean that looks like it's pretty well broken down. So I just go ahead and pull out what's completed. And then when I run it through the sifter, I'll throw back in all the stuff that didn't finish composting yet. Or if you start getting to an area where you can tell it's like still, like full tomatoes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then so what we're doing now is just putting it in here so that it can cure I usually let it cure for a couple of weeks before I go top up one of the beds with it. And we thought it was pretty dry, so we were going to add a little bit of moisture to it while it cures, but it's actually fine. And while it's curing, you don't have to do anything to it unless it has stuff in it, but it shouldn't while it's curing. So here in a little bit, we'll run it through the sifter and kind of show you that part. Actually, you know what? Let's do that really quick before you put too much in there. That way you can still... Okay. So Art is going to show you how we sift it. We're just going to... I really need to make a bigger one with some bigger pieces of wood so it fits over the wheelbarrow better. Or maybe not, if you're going to do it like that. I don't do that because it makes such a big mess. I just leave it sitting there and just kind of run my hands over it. There's a lot of ants in there. Right, that's stuff that's going to go back in. Yeah,
oh, is it?
It'll go back in here. So like,
yeah,
if you can actually set it on top of the bin. Yeah, exactly. And then anything that doesn't go through that mesh is what you throw back in the top of your bin.
Really fine, isn't it?
Huh?
Makes it really fine.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm going to stand this up and get better balance.
Well, it looks really good.
Yeah. Thank you for being my muscle and my mouse watcher.
Mouse, mouse guard.
Yeah. Here, when you're shaking it, because you're getting so much on the ground, if you'll kind of sort it towards the front before you shake it, you see them? Yeah, like that. Yes. Yeah.
Good fine compost.
Yes, and then see all that? That's great. Oh, see, we don't need that in there. That is not going to break down, not anytime soon.
Well, that feels rich and fine.
Yeah, so, okay, so, let me get back over here. Okay, so smell it and tell people what it smells like.
My sense of smell is bad.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Should smell like good, fresh earth.
So I have dirt.
Can you smell
Might
it?
smell like dirt, yep.
Yeah, it doesn't have a bad odor, though,
no,
right?
it does not.
Okay.
It just feels very rich and moist.
Yes, see, look at that. Can you see it? I can't tell because yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yay, we'll get to go top up a bed soon. Okay, so Art is kind of mixing all that we threw back in there. He's mixing it back in. We threw some of the sticks back in there. And this particular bin, because of the holes in it and the fact that rodents can get in there, I typically try not to put a whole lot of food items in there. I save those for some of the other bins that we have just because I don't want to attract rodents any more than necessary. So here is my favorite bin of our standing bins. This is my favorite one. This is, you can tell this is the one where I add our food scraps. And it is very dry too. You might, before we add any moisture, you might want to take your shovel and kind of mix some of that, because some of that was, I was making wine the other day with our blackberries, and so some of that is like blackberry nastiness that came, the leftover processing.
Mm-hmm.
That'll break down.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's just easier.
Oh, just
easier
move
to
it
mix.
all the way for now? Yeah.
Now. I'll put it back in there. Yeah, it's very dry.
Yeah. And while he's doing that, here's the tomatoes that I picked out of our compost plant.
Came out of our compost.
Huh.
Come out of the compost.
Just to be clear, the tomatoes were not in the compost. But these ones down here were the only ones that were kind of nasty, or the ones that were lower to the ground that I was nervous about because of that mouse. So those are going to go back into this bin.
Have you seen any other rodents out here lately? I mean,
no, not in the garden. Just ants.
Yeah, there's a few of those.
Ants like crazy. So this, if you guys are wondering, is the, let me show you. That was one of the bedding trays from the old worm bin. So, and then the tomatoes that I just threw there for now. So we're about to dump that back in to this big bin as well. Thank you so much for doing this for me, babe.
There's another one.
No way. Are you serious?
Coming for you. He's right there by your leg. No, he's next door now.
Oh my gosh.
They're cute.
No, they're not. I told you when I saw that one in the garage the other day, I knew it wasn't alone because it was little bitty. So I was like, it's got family around here somewhere.
It's got family.
Yucky.
It's the Venezuelan gang lords.
And this is precisely why I don't
Go to Venezuela.
recommend. No, I was going to say why I don't recommend the open air compost bins, the DIY ones that people make.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh, they're full of rats.
Oh, I know. Yeah. That's why. No, thank you.
I can tell you that at the club, even from this to hay and old grass. Yeah. I mean, huge ones.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Will you dump that tray in there? And then, go ahead and turn that tray over and run some hose water, like spray it real good. So the tray, the bottom of the tray, like spray it real good so it knocks all that paper off into the compost. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay to use paper.
Mm-hmm.
Anything carbon.
Yeah. Nothing that has printing on it or, ink, unless you can confirm that it was organic ink, which is unlikely.
Made out of berries. Yes, if you have a shredder at home to shred some cardboard or paper.
Yes.
Excellent.
And I'm going to show my shredder scissors too. Tell what it can see because of the sun. Yeah, looking good. Okay, now we're over here at our big rotating bin over in the south garden, and we discovered that our cucumber trellis over here broke. So we knew that was going to happen. We've been meaning to put an extra support in there, and we just hadn't yet. So, told you it's bitter, isn't it? Huh? It's gross, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Art didn't believe me.
I
told
believe
him.
you. Hard-headed.
No, I really did want you to try it so you would see what I meant. But I told him that those ones had gone too far. They were to show that really quick. See how it was white towards the end, and you were holding it lower than the camera. Yeah, it had a lot of white on it, so I knew that was going to be too bitter. So he is dicing it up for me for the compost. And we actually haven't added anything into the bin in a while.
Looks
so,
It looks like it hadn't been anything in it.
Yeah. It's kind of been just sitting there for a while. So we're going to add that to get it reactivated and get some water going in there. And am I recording? Yeah, okay. With fruits and vegetables, it's always best to cut them into chunks when you can.
Black widows in there.
Oh, lovely.
I mean, I can see the
help
web.
Compost it. How do you know it's a black widow?
I can tell by the web.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's very, very dense.
Fine. Oh, dense.
Yeah, I mean it's very strong.
Only black widows do that?
No, no. There's a fiddleback, not a fiddleback, but a big yellow banana spider. What's it called? The big banana spider, big yellow black ones that sits on a barn.
Oh, I don't know.
They're great for gardens.
I need to show you a picture of one that I accidentally carried into the house the other day. It was weird looking. I've never seen anything like it.
So okay. This one just
now, yeah, move that here. Let me back up so that I can show. This one rotates, and this used to be my favorite bin until I tore the tendons in my shoulders, and now I can't rotate it on my own. So that's why we haven't been using this one as much, because it does need to be rotated at least once a week, and Art isn't here enough to do that. And when I try, it kills me pain-wise.
It's very heavy.
It's very heavy, yeah. And you really did you unlock it?
Yeah.
You did?
I just relocked it.
Huh?
I just relocked it.
Oh, okay. It's a great bin and would be my favorite if it wasn't so heavy.
Or if it had a crank or something that...
Yeah. But if you don't have torn tendons in your shoulders, you might prefer this one as well. It's definitely easier to aerate because, you know, rotating that to me is easier than sorting through with a shovel or anything. So yeah, looking good, see? Okay. Yeah, very good. And then I usually try to put like a bucket underneath, and whenever I do wet it, I put a bucket underneath to collect the liquid, because that's like your free fertilizer tea, you know, compost tea, as they call it. So it's free fertilizer. So, yep, there's that one.
And it looks like this.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
No, that actually needs to be. We actually spray that with the hose and then dump it. We can just dump it in that bin.
What?
It needs to be washed out. That's from rainwater that sat there for too long. Just dump it in that. Yeah, exactly.